Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to PixelScope Entertainment. And I know it has been really long. Oh, goodness, how long has it been? I don't know, but it has been a long time. And all the way from 64 teams, we are down to top
Yeah.
four, which is like I can't even do the math quickly. So it's a really small percentage. These people have proven themselves to be the best of the whole lot, and now we have our actual gamers coming here to fight the final matches, and we're gonna have Team X eSports and D2D today going for the best of three. Starting off at the map of Heaven with X eSports in defense and D2D in attack. And with me is my co-caster AapKon. Tell me about the map, guys. Please.
Well, I'm really excited. It's been a while since I've been here, and finally, starting up with 64 teams, we are here to the final top four teams. Now, that's really
Yes.
exciting for me because it's going to be Team D2D, competing against Team Axe Esports to get that final slot, that ticket to grand finale. It would be
Yep.
because यहाँ पे double elimination नहीं है. It's only the winning team going to the grand finals and the losing team going to that, race to third position. So really, both the team, even if they lose, obviously they will be given one more chance to at least get that third slot of a prize pool with that massive prize pool of 15,000. Let's start the first semi-finale one for today. We will directly be hopping into the agent selection window for now, and I'm really excited to see कि attack sided map which I feel this map of Heaven, the only map which three sides. What are the agent selection are we seeing here from these teams?
I am definitely expecting to see a Killjoy again. I mean, I've said this so many times that I think I'm repeating myself, but again, Killjoy is really strong when it comes to like, holding a single site, and you are gonna be at defense at some point. So I don't know. At least from the defenders, I'm hoping to see a Killjoy so that they have one person who can take care of the middle site with extra support available on both the other sides. But I'm not seeing one. I'm rather seeing Viper. Okay, she is getting switched around. But if Viper does come into play, that's going to be something interesting to see because I have not seen much of Viper being played on Haven. I don't think that's one of the best maps for her. But if they are coming up with her, I definitely want to see what they have in their pockets with that.
Well, definitely. And do not forget that, currently Killjoy is an opening, good Sentinel. But for now, the meta is totally into the favor of Cypher. Imagine just having 6 ultimate orb and you get your ultimate online, which really gives you intel of all the opponent player. That is something which is going to be quite important when you are playing at this big, huge map of Heaven, one of the biggest map in all of the,
Select your
6 map
agent.
which are being available to play with. But I really think that Cypher being picked from both the side, this is quite a good decision for them being as a Sentinel.
That's right. I have seen some really good play coming in from Astra and Raze as well on this map. However, we're seeing both of the teams going for Astra and eliminating their Raze. But I haven't seen much Sky being played here, and that's gonna be something to look out for because I mean, whenever there's an agent that's being used which is not very typical to the map, then you kind of like have something to look forward to which is unexpected, and that can get you like by surprise off the guard.
Well, actually, because we usually see this, a double initiator pick. They did sacrifice a bit, Team Axie Sports on the side of, defending that they are just having a single duelist. तो यहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा, एक pressure रहेगा हमारे not flicker के लिए, who is playing as a jet for the side of Team Axie Sports. But I really, I'm missing Kazuha with the jet, who used to be one of those best, finest operator in any sort of play we used to see him. Obviously, this is the, map number 1. So ये एक BO3 का series होने वाला है. And with that, just a small message to all our viewers. Thank you all for tuning in. What you are seeing is the semi-finale today for this PixelScope Entertainment presenting the Game Jam Valorant Season 3. Season 3 के final matches पे हम आ चुके. We are down to the final 4 teams, and these teams are going to be Axe Esports and D2D competing against semi-finale 1 and semi-finale 2, which would be against the other teams which we will be seeing tomorrow. And for now, the match is already begun. We can see an owl drone coming in. Flex is already here with his frenzy. Now, playing with a frenzy is really something good, but not against those one tap of Ghosh. If you had such a precise aim, Beast coming up with an insane first blood, and that really gives the numbers advantage for the start of team defenders.
That's right. I am seeing Flex getting taken off from the map as soon as the match starts. And honestly, I don't know if you were here when this happened. I am a huge fan of Flex. Flex is amazing. And I have really felt bad that he's not going in with Jet because he generally does go with Jet. However, I have seen him play Phoenix on this map before, and that has been amazing as well. So let's see if he can bring that back. However, this first round is going to be a flawless for the defending team, which is X Esports. Oh my goodness,
Well,
Flex was the first one taken out. I still cannot wrap my head around this.
Well, that's just the first round, and even if team D2D, we know that they are such a consistent team. Even if they, find any sort of issue, they do not have an elimination round. Even if they lose, these rounds currently, they will obviously go on for that force buy. And losing on to map number 1 is also not a bad news for them because it's really a BO3 series. best of 3 का series होने वाला है, being the second map, I guess being played at the map of Bind and then Icebox. So I'm really excited to see the Recon Dart comes in and gives no intel towards the side of Team D2D, but here comes Ulti Orb being collected, and that's gonna be a shot connected from the Marshall, and what an amazing first blood coming in back to back again for the side of Team Axe Esports.
That's right. I mean, that was a very stupid move to go ahead and try to absorb the orb when you know you're in the semifinals. Your other team is not gonna be, lenient to you. It's gonna be punishing to try and go ahead and stand in the open like that, vulnerable with your, hands down to absorb an orb. Please try not to do that. You will have economy once you win, and that's gonna help you charge up your, orbs. There comes an extra star, I guess, and that's gonna push Phoenix to go back. And we're seeing D2D still trying to figure out where to go in from, and Astra gets taken out by Sonic in the meanwhile. So we're on a 5v3 situation. I don't know how they're gonna make this work. It's a 5v1 now, and now there's only Jet remaining, and she gets taken out by Sonic as well. I think Sonic and Cypher kind of finished this round by themselves, and there's another flawless coming in for the sign of defense. If it keeps going like this, we might not see, the second half really happen much.
Well, that is something which I would really not like to comment at an early stage. Team D2D, we know that they are such a good dominating team. I'm waiting for Weber getting up that operator as well, because definitely, Weber got with that operator is something which is, just insane. But for now, a bonus round coming in from the side of Team Axe Esports, and on the other hand, it's going to be the first buy round from D2D as well. Let's see कि क्या इधर टीम D2D अपने लिए फेवर में वो पहला पॉइंट ला सकते हैं स्कोर कार्ड पे, बिकॉज रियली यहाँ पे दो राउंड एक अच्छी शुरुआत मिल चुकी है हमारी एक्स Esports को, but they have to be consistent. Playing on an attack sided map first, you need to make sure कि आप अपने फेवर में थोड़े राउंड्स रख रहे हो, और else second half में the way you said आना कि जरूर बहुत ज्यादा मुश्किल हो जाएगी for the side of team D2D, and that could result in a very first map ending.
That's right, and I am seeing D2D is being inconsistent with where they want to push, because starting May they were all stacked up on C, then they started moving towards B, and right now they're stuck in the transition and they're not even sure where they want to move into. I mean, on a map like Haven, you have very few people, very few players actually accompanied into the site, because there's 3 sites, so none of the site can be fully stacked. So you always have a man advantage when moving into one site. So I think barging in and actually rushing one site and taking control of it is easier on a map like Haven, and that's what a team should go for. We have seen that happen before, and that has worked out perfectly fine. So I think that's something that D2D can try. Right now they're being super cautious, and that's really not helping, because in that time period they actually give out a lot of intel to the defending team. However, this time we are seeing D2D going in with the kills, and we are on a 3v4 scenario while Phoenix is trying to heal himself along with the fight. And that's gonna prove good for them. They have a man advantage. They have a huge man advantage right now with that double kill coming in from Jojo. We are in a 1v4 situation. This is gonna be a D2D win. This does not seem like an easy retake.
Well, still not Flickers alive and coming up with 2 back-to-back kills. It's gonna leave, Phoenix down to quite a low HP. The Phantom is already up, but so is not the time for her. Even if she goes on for her defusal, it's really gonna be difficult. She sticks it to the half, and she wants it to be a defusal right now. Half defusal together, they do not have enough time to work with, but it's gonna be Sporky taking down not Flicker, leaving no a single chance for the side of Team Axe Esports to make that streak, make that winning streak, taking them to the 3rd round on board as well. Finally, the first round coming into the favor for Team D2D, and that's going to be the time where I'm keeping a lot of expectations from them. We do want to see a very competitive play, because that's really going to be entertaining as well. And I'm really not, I'm not really going to be up for my predictions, because I do not know that what sort of scorecard which we, could we expect. But for now, Not Flicker is already up with that operator, and I want to see that is he able to get that first blood or no. Round number 4 has already begun, and there comes the camp for the from the side of Cypher. Now, Cypher is looking quite good from both the sides, but there comes the Aldron spotting on Jojo and obviously Cypher as well, giving a lot of intel. But look at the smoke. This smoke wasn't just a smoke, but just, get back that Astra, so which is some of the advantage which, having an Astra agent really gives you. Sonic comes up with the first blood, and it's going to be Spocky who will be taken down, but here comes back-to-back, trade coming in. 4v3 ka scenario already ho chuka hai. The curveball along with these, curveball comes in, and that's going to be not lucky, because, Flex is not going to have any sort of kill. But still, 3v4 ka scenario, and the spike is going to get rotated all the way from the side of the spawn area to this A side. The Seekers do come in. That's going to be a default shock darts coming in, but there comes a post plant scenario. Beast comes up with an insane kill, and that's going to be Axe Esports playing on a post plant scenario. Back to back 2 kills coming in from his side, and it's going to leave Soma alone. But Beast is going to be, enough to take the clone Soma down, getting the third round into the favor. We do know कि इसके पहले वाला जो round था, that was a bonus round. Players did not, just throw off their marshals and SMGs. They played with that to make sure that, even if one round goes into the favor for team attackers, which is team D2D, definitely Axe Esports will come back stronger on it.
That's right. However, I feel like D2D was doing pretty good, but they could not hold on to their, plant at the site. And I feel that's because they did not rush the way they should have. Like, initial rush, you don't want to lose players in that point. Like, your agents need to be alive. You cannot miss out on the utility. So I really expect to see them going a little stronger in the next rounds. And I think they are adapting and might show us a better game coming in from their side. Because, again, this is an attack-sided map, and they are the attacking team. So right now, if they are not in the lead, that means they're going to have a really difficult time on the other half of the match. However, I have seen a lot of teams proving me wrong when it comes to, like, deciding the sides of the map. So they may just be better at defense. We never know. However, Notflicker has taken a kill onto Flex, and Flex is gone. Again, it is a 4v1, which again closes by that kill from Notflicker, making it a defender round with only a loss of Cypher, which means it was almost a flawless.
Well, that was, a flawless round coming in from the side of Team Axe Esports. Definitely one player was being taken down, but still look at this cred advantage which, these guys are having. Like an insane cred advantage of, more than like 3,000 creds, which really leaves a very good advantage to them. And slowly, steadily, the ultimates are also popping off. We can see the Hunter's Fury being popped from both the side along with the Stormblades. And not to forget the Astra Cosmic Divide, which is going to be up from the side of Team D2D. The Skyblinds just come in, which gives a lot of intel from the side of the defending team. But there comes amazing kill from the side of Beast. एक kill निकाल चुके हमारे Weber, who is up with the Stormblades. But यहाँ पे Jet versus Jet के fight में it's gonna be Notflicker who will take down Webby, got down and leaves a 3v3 scenario. Spocky comes up with an insane kill, and यहाँ पे Axe Esports के लिए थोड़ी दिक्कत होने वाली है because they have lost the numbers advantage. Not to forget that Astra is being quite low on HP, and there comes the first kill, and so the ultimate of the Cypher himself. Now, can we see this post plan being denied? Cypher is going to be vulnerable right now, but still the defusal fight does comes in. Spocky is trying his best to just throw off all the level, but there comes the first kill from the favor for Spocky, and here he transfers the spray, leaves Kazuha on down to 46 HP, but it's gonna be a 1v1 clutch coming into the favor for Team Axe Esports. And what a gameplay we got to see from these players when it comes to this post plan scenario at the side of B.
That's right. We are seeing a lot of support coming in for X from the chat. Kaustubh Joshi and Ankit Kumar, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having fun, and please do root for whichever team you want to win. And we'll see your support in chat. Yes, thanks for joining. And while you're already here, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe, because that does help us a lot and will mean a lot to us.
Well, definitely, do not forget to hit that like and sub button, because what Scope Entertainment is having is some of those, unstoppable tournaments when it comes to these PC games. Here comes the first kill from the side of Notflicker, but that's gonna be the Cosmic Divide also coming in. The Hunter's Fury does comes in and counter for the into the side of Axe Esports, but that's gonna be Kazuha just denying that Cosmic Divide, and यहाँ पे back-to-back 2 kill लेके back off हो जाएंगे, knowing that he has the numbers advantage towards team right now. Now Astra is down to quite low HP from the side of team defenders, which is going to be Kazuha himself. But it seems as if with the Cosmic Divide Alta into the side of C, that was not not of any use. The A side is under the surveillance of Cypher himself, but still can we see a post plant scenario which could really go into the favor for Axe Esports? कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ पे जरूर Jojo is going to get spotted off, and that's really getting annoyed back to back. उनको भी एक trap fire में थोड़ी इधर फंस चुके थे, but now we are looking at a post plant scenario. The Cypher does has his ultimate online, but Sporky has to do a good job right now. Here comes the Cosmic Divide, and that's gonna be an easy defusal, but the first guy is taken down from the side of who's next, taking down the clone Cypher as well, and that's gonna be Jojo as well, who will be taken down from who's next, leaving a 5-1 scoreline. 6 round के बाद हमारे first half की starting 6 rounds is already over, and we are finally down to the last 5 rounds of this first half. Now so far it really looks so strong for the team defenders, which is Axe Esports. I think even after the side switch, this map number 1 could really go into the favor for Axe Esports.
Yeah, it really looks like we might not go very deep into the game, because Again, attack sided map, defenders are already in a huge lead. I don't think there's a chance for the other team right now, but there are still gonna be two more maps, so we can always see a better part of them coming up there. However, this map I think is already lost. I'm being too bold saying it too quickly, but I feel like that's the thing. And I would love to be proven wrong right now, honestly.
Well, let's see. But for now, round number 8 is already up. We can really see a split coming up from the side of Team Attackers, but not Flicker with his, operator, something which we could really expect him to get the first blood down to 16 HP, but does not, misses on to having those initial guts to speak on to the player again. Here comes the, a smoke cloud again, but it's got to be Sonic being down to this corner area of this A long. Now, this gives him a huge advantage because having those many abilities of flash your opponent really gives a good job. But after that meta, that three blinds is down to the final two blinds from the side of Sky. So this really looks quite bad for those Sky mains who really thought that Sky could be one of the agent who could replace the Sova himself. But here comes an initial dash from Weber. It's gonna be Beast who will take him down, but the flex is already here and he is down to the final four bullet left into this Vandal. We are seeing at a post plant scenario at the side of B, and I really think to play on a post plant scenario in B really looks quite difficult for the side currently for team attackers.
That's right. Sky's Wolf has already been taken out, but she flashes and still Flex gets 2 kills, making it a 1v3 situation with Astra left alone to fend for the team. And I don't think XC Sports has this one. There goes Astra getting taken out by Flex. Now I'm finally seeing Flex in his form, making it a 6-2 scoreline with another round going in for the team. And I'm really happy to see this guy come back up, honestly. I was
Well,
waiting for this moment.
and it's not only just about him but also about all his team, that they are currently in a semi-final. They do not want to lose on to this early advantage which they could get to grab that map number 1 and be just one single map away to make it their map, or else the last map हमारा icebox का होगा. We know that Axe Esports is up with all the experiences, all the abilities which they got into the favor. Playing against Axe Esports is really not going to be easy for them, but it's going to be an early recon with him spot on Web out. Already North Flicker was trying to be a bit aggressive towards that B window side, but here comes team D2D back to back with 2 kill, and it's going to be Sonic who will grab that initial trade. कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ पे एक और एक player को spot on कर दिया, but being down to 81 HP, it's really going to be difficult for them. He really gets some more tag, but that's a very backhand for the side of Sky. Having an healing ability and not healing yourself, that really shows that you have to make sure that you are alive to give your healings to your teammate as well. But here comes a recon that it's gonna be who's next who might get spotted up. But here comes an amazing trade, and let's see कि यहाँ पे first blood निकाल सकते हैं. जी हाँ, it's gonna be Flex who will get that initial first blood, and we are looking at a post-plant scenario, a 2v4 scenario. Not to forget that the running back ultimate is being online from the side of team defenders. Wait, this could have been a throw. यहाँ पे back-to-back 2 kill निकाल चुके Kazuha. These guys got too excited, got too aggressive, but having 46 HP, it's really gonna be an issue for them. 7 HP में बचे and 3 kill already निकाल चुके, but it's gonna be Spolky who will definitely take him down. An amazing trade coming in, but we did saw that how throwable that round was for the side of Team D2D.
That's right, and oh my goodness, have they still managed to win it? Soon as I said that they had no shot, they came in with these rounds, and again, I stand here corrected. I'm surprised as well as happy to see this comeback happening. I mean, in the next few rounds, we can definitely see a better gameplay coming in from D2D because their economy is gonna keep on getting stronger, and that of Axe Esports is gonna keep on damaging right now because 2 rounds have already gone in the favor of D2D.
Well, along with that, we are up towards this round number 10, and already Kawhi takes the first kill down. Back to back 2 kill coming in from the side of Flex, and what is this Flex which we are getting to see? Definitely gets taken down by the Sheriff King himself, who is going to be not Flicker, giving 2 inside kill, 3 inside kill, and there goes a 2v2 scenario. Flicker just pulled this off totally into the favor for Team Axe Esports, but do they have enough time to work with this Rifty round? That was an amazing opening kills which he got back to back, and that's why he's being known as that Sheriff King himself. Who is next is left in this 1v2 scenario, having those ultimate online, but it seems as if Kawhi is already knowing these strategy which could be playing from the side of Axe Esports. 6 focus goal and already add Chukan lead which they had, Team Axe Esports of 6-1. It's totally being minimized to a 2-round lead right now, only left for them.
That's right, and that 2 round lead can literally be balanced off by the end of this half. And if that happens, that means we're gonna be in a 6-6 scenario. However, not to mistake it, but these teams, many a times we've seen it happen in this tournament. Many a times in the first half you go for a 6-6 score, and then the second half one of the teams just goes on a streak of winning consecutively round after round, and none of the rounds are given back to anybody. We have seen this happen in the last match, which was between, I guess, I'm forgetting the name of the team. I'm so sorry. Let's just move on with the game. The first player has also already been taken out. Flex has been the one to take that kill. His run it back is already in action, and he has collected all the information he's gonna need for the next kill to come in. Why by God coming in with one kill and then losing himself to Sonic with another coming in on Jojo, and Kawaii NTC has managed to balance the number and get it in the favor of D2D for them. He's
Well,
just very far off.
yeah, and it actually leaves a good advantage towards the favor for team attackers. We do know that that post plan scenario was something that they finally got to achieve, but here comes a 1v1 fight, and Spocky is going to be the one taking him down. Flicker is still up with his Oni Phantom, gets down that first kill towards Flick, but he does not have those many time which he think he is having. Sip 25 seconds back, and look at this lineup of Shock, that amazing kill coming on to North Flick, and that's going to be the fifth round grab, a 4 round ka jo streak, winning streak bun chuka for the favor for Team D2D. This is such a good comeback, and this is when we did thought that it's not only about Flex but about all his teammates, that they need to pump him back up and they need to make sure कि जो setback उनका आ रहा है वो चीज एक early stage से है, or else it'll be really too late for them till they realize and then come into the momentum, because it would really give a good lead for the side of Axie Esports.
That's right. We did see a lot of heavy gameplay coming in from the side of D2D, and I'm expecting for that to continue in the next round as well, so that we can close off on an equalizer with everything set back to 0 for the next half. However, in the comments, I'm seeing Excel say, "Flicker, you better win, or ghar mein aake marunga." So well, I guess Flicker needs to step it up a little bit more, just a little bit more, not to get beat up.
Well, there comes an opening kill from the side of Weber. Well, it's gonna be Seekers coming in, Fleck and Pocket doing all the job for them, but it leaves them only in a 2v4 scenario. Now, this is where all the fun begins, because it's gonna be a C-long, post-plan scenario. Ye jo C-long ka post-plan scenario hone wala hai, it's really gonna be that all the players will be stacked up towards the C-long, just waiting for Diffuser to come all into the side, and being that side empty, he would want to go on a post-plan scenario, but look what's against him. It's gonna be all the 3 players from the side of D2D who will be waiting to just spam those fire in. The Reket that does come in, but it's gonna be taken down, leading him to a 1v3 scenario. It's really gonna be difficult, because the way Spocky just holds the angle of himself, I don't think कि team defenders को post plant खेलने के लिए थोड़ा भी एक advantage मिल जाता है. And this really shows that team D2D finally managing to get that final 5 rounds into the favor, and what you were talking of an equalizer is what we are seeing here.
That's right. I mean, all the way from not seeing a team have a shot at all to seeing an equalizer, we've come a long way in the last 5 rounds, honestly. And I'm, happy. I'm happy to see these teams actually like switch around with an equalizer, because then we get to say which team is better in real sense. Because when a match ends right after 14 or 15 rounds, you cannot really say which team is better, because one side of a team could be better, and let's say the first half the attackers win, then it could be that that team is better on attack but not on defense, and they just have to win like 3 more rounds in defense, that's why they win, something like that. So I really feel like starting off with an equalizer into the second half gives you the real measure of the mettle of the team.
Well, that's really, a true said word from you. I really agree on to you. But this really, shows us that what sort of momentum are we seeing here. कहीं ना कहीं attack sided map पे आपने comeback तो कर दिया. But when it comes to, a side switch, this really switches the momentum. But for now, it's going to be Flex up with back-to-back 2 kill. And what's, more unusual is that he is not even having a single HP of damage from the side of Axie Esports. This is something which is really bad. For now, we are looking at a post-plan scenario coming in from Kazuya at the C long side. the shock that came in, but that's gonna be the first blood coming in to deny that flawless round. Back to back, do kill nikal sakte the, but it's gonna be Jojo, the clone Astra herself, who will take down Kazuya, and it's gonna be the first round coming into the favor for team D2D when it comes to these second half and second half का first round already उनको मिल चुका है, which is such a good advantage for them. कहीं ना कहीं this is what we were really hoping for, and finally it's not just a comeback, not just an equalizer, but also a lead which they will be having, of back-to-back two runs being won after the second half started. Because really look at these creds which they are having, which they have already invested in those specters and heavy armor.
That's right. They are seeming pretty confident. They're not trying to save their creds for the next round when they know that Axe will also be buying, and they're rather, going all in right now. That means they are trying to win this round as well, so that there's no scope for Axe to come back in on the third round. However, that confidence when you're in defense on Heaven means a lot. Means a lot.
Well, with that, we are finally up to the round number 14 for today. Not Flicker being spotted off from the round run, but this really leaves a very bad disadvantage. They are down to only 5 classic pistols against a single Spectre. Even if they get those initial first blood, they would really not have any sort of advantage because really, Spectres is, so that really leaves just an automatic gun which does sprays bullet once you press the fire button. Here comes the, cosmic wall, but there comes a right leg from Kazuha taking down the clone Astra herself, leaving a flawless round being denied. Kazuya kind of एक और kill निकाल चुके, but it all falls down to who's next alone. Now being not invested in any sort of armory leaves only 78 HP to her, and that's really gonna be a problem. But is it because he comes up with another kill which gonna be happening on Baby God himself? यहाँ पे सिर्फ 1v2 का scenario बचा, and if he really pulls this off, that's really gonna be something exciting. But no, it's gonna be Kawaii NTC who will be just holding off that angle and bring up the SMG win, जो back to back 2 round win की हम बात कर रहे थे. But even after winning that round, I really think कि Kretz के मामले में बहुत ज़्यादा damage पड़ा है उनको after that round.
That's right, and now I'm actually rethinking everything. Is this map a defense-sided map? Excuse me, someone correct me here. ये क्या हो क्या रहा है? Like, we're seeing all the defending rounds going into the favor of Team D2D, who showed up to be so, lagging behind when the game actually started off. And in defense, they haven't lost a round yet. It's been 2 rounds, both of them won by them. And I'm just like, wait a second, wasn't it supposed to be attack-sided?
Well, actually, it will, we will come to know after the end of this round, because here comes the final buy round coming in from the side of attackers themselves. And last round में तो जरूर attackers के पास उतने inventories नहीं थे, not even an armor to work with, and not even a single investment on the ability. But here comes another round, and look how Weber is gonna just make sure that he's gonna be hiding this Regan that BBO front up, and there comes the first kill, there comes the second kill as well. But no, it's gonna be not Flicker taking him down. Back to back trade does considering leaving them in a 3v2 scenario, but can they play into a post plan? Because kahin na kahin unpe numbers advantage hai, but still not because up with this phantom right now, सिर्फ 2 players बचे from the side of team defenders, and having a Sova is too good for retake because it really has those abilities to give intel about your opponent. But here it's gonna be Sonic giving more intel with this Skyblinds. The moment he does it, it's gonna be Jojo taking down not Flicker, and this leaves a very even advantage to them. क्या इधर अपना crucial बार वो जीत पाएंगे कि नहीं, ये क्वेश्चन बनता है. दोनों ही प्लेयर्स यहाँ पे स्पॉट ऑन हो चुके हैं. One is going to be on the default box, another on the post plan scenario. Kawhi is going to stick it, and it's going to be half defuse being done. Here comes a wall, and that's going to be a full defusal from the side of team defenders. What an amazing way to make Axe Esports lose their first buy round in the second half, and this is giving them a lead of almost 3 rounds. Wow, that was a phenomenal gameplay and the best ninja defuse we could have ever seen for today.
That's right. I mean, I'm pretty sure Sonic and Who's Next are quite like, hearing it from the team, because they were literally there. They knew where the plant is. All they had to do is keep shooting at that position in, random intervals so that the defuse cannot happen. But the defuse literally just happened. And what did I just see? I mean, what day is it? Is it April Fool's already?
No.
Oh goodness. We're moving it into the 16th round, I guess, and Not Flicker is trying to get the first blood, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does. I'm pretty sure he has taken a lot of first bloods, and there he does take out Flex. I mean, that's an essential kill from the side of X coming onto D2D, and there comes another by Jojo. They are taking down people one after the other, making it a 3v3 scenario with two people taken off of each team.
Well, really, that was some early blood coming in from the side of, team defenders. But still, यहाँ पे Axe Esports अपनी back-to-back rounds हार चुकी है. That's really going to be difficult for them. 3 round का lead already दे चुके हैं, and they do not want, team D2D to not only have a winning streak जो उनका already, I guess, 8 round का winning streak बन चुका है. Go into a 9th round को कहीं ना कहीं double digit उनको मिल जाएगा. Kazua does comes up with a good trade, but it's got to be Team Axe Esports finally getting that 7th round, and that 8 round का winning streak is finally on the end right now.
That's right, but that was quite a long winning streak. Not to mistake it at all. It came after a 4 round ka winning streak coming in from the side of X. So like, you see a 4 round streak and you're like, okay, this team is doing really good, and then the other team just buckles up and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna show you the double and come in with an 8 round streak. That's impressive. That's very impressive. That too in a stage of semi-finals. I mean, both of these teams are amazing. Flex, I mean, from the comments, I'm seeing that D2D is full of immortals and Flex is a radiant, so that they're like pretty good ranks.
Well, it's not just about the rank, but also the experience and your teamwork as a whole, because somewhere down the line, Team Axe Esports is up with the experience. We know Kazua, who used to play as a Jet, is up with Astra right now, but it's going to be Jojo who will take down not Flicker. A good trade does comes in, but here's when all the judge criminals are going to come in from the side of team defenders. Eventually, they do not want to, lose on to any disadvantage against those opponent when it comes to these last rounds, but it's going to be a 2v2 scenario again. Both their side say, हमें एक Astra and एक Cypher, एक दूसरे के against देखने मिलने वाली है. And look what's more amazing, it's gonna be both the Astras having the Cosmic Divide Ultimate available. For now, the B is totally into the control for Axe Esports, but out of all these experience with these guys are having, they are, totally executing towards the side of a Jojo को कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ पे expectation जरूर है कि यहाँ पे Team Axe Esports might be going on for these outplay, but here comes the sound crew as well, and we are looking at a post-plan scenario. क्या इधर Cypher थोड़ा भी patient रहेंगे? No, he won't, because he just want to deny that post-plan scenario. The spike is going to be taken down from Jojo himself, and this is going to be a 1v2 scenario. Are we seeing the double-digit, score coming into the scorecard for Team D2D?
It may very well be, because I am observing that D2D is really good at camping, honestly. They are holding angles so effortlessly that you cannot really, face it off easily. We are seeing Cypher v Cypher. Who's next has already taken Jojo down, but is he gonna be able to take Cypher off the chart? That's a really good, ringa roses going on in here.
Well, what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna be amazed if who is next, just pulls this off in his favor. Kahin na kahin, look at the time which he's bang, but it's gonna be Sporky with an amazing surprise onto who is next, and that's gonna be him taking down and the 10th round, which is already up for the side of Team D2D. Amazing thrifty rounds, which they just pulled it off by an investment in all of those, judges and the sheriff, which we initially got to see was just amazing. And I really think that this sheriff is something which is just a new meta which we are seeing. Earlier we did saw that not Flicker was an amazing, was able to pull off those thrifty rounds in his favor. Almost it was down to the 1v1 clutch, but so did again we got to see from the side of Team D2D. Winning a thrifty round is like cherry on top of your cupcake, because this really on top of your ice cream, obviously, because this really not only helps you retrieve all those vandals and rifles, but जो आपने क्रेट सेव किया था to invest in next round, वो आपको एक boosted up पे मिलता है, because really winning का जो आपको एक क्रेट bonus है, that is way more than a losing क्रेट bonus.
That's right. The first blood has already come in from Kawaii NTC, and Sonic has come in with a trade onto Jojo, making it a 4v4, an even score right now. But the teams are going in very cautious, very, stable right now. Nobody's trying to rush in or, make any hasty moves or any mistakes. So that's worth watching with all those sneaky moves coming in.
Well, with that, back to back two
Spike
kill
down
coming into the
A.
favor for team defenders, and it's going to be the spy carrier who is being taken down. Sonic is down to 16 HP, but if he gets trapped in that trap wire, यहाँ पे उनके लिए थोड़ी मुश्किल जरूर हो सकती थी.
Scout
Not to
destroyed.
forget that the Seekers is up from the side of Axe Esports. Are we actually looking Axe Esports just missing on this side? Because this is really going to be heartbreaking for the side of Axe Esports fan all up towards
Spike carried
in our
A.
chat box right now.
Spike
Where we
down
got
mid.
Dust comes up with
30
an
seconds
insane kill,
left.
leaving Sonic alone in this 1v4 scenario. But there comes the Skyblind and the spam from where we got. It's not just gonna leave any chance for Team Axe Esports to make sure that they are able to deny any sort of they are able to take off those Vandal from the hands of Team D2D. एक दो प्लेयर को भी डाउन करते तो शायद थोड़ा इकोनॉमी डैमेज वो दे सकते थे ओपोनेंट टीम को. But being into the 11th round, the way they are just breaking down the confidence of Axe Esports, what the stats is really saying is that out of all the 11 rounds being played into the last thing, we are seeing that only one single round was won from the side of Axe Esports, and back to back 10 round जो जीती हमारी team D2D ने, that really shows ki how good is their momentum right now. Here comes a good sheriff round from the side of team attackers again, but this really shows us that they will be going on for an overtime if they wish to come back,
Spike
or it's
down
gonna be the
C.
map one going into the favor for team D2D.
That's right. Right now, if I was in the attacking team, I would go for a timeout because with this momentum, I would want a break so that even if I cannot come up with
Last
a
player
new
standing.
strat, I can at least break the momentum on the defending team because they are coming up
One
really
enemy
strong
remaining.
right now. Oh my goodness, this has come down to a beast versus Fire by God, and he manages to take the kill. Too much noise coming in from the side of Beast in that run. But
Match
yeah,
point.
we are seeing match point for D2D. Wow, did you even think this is gonna
One hit.
happen in the first 6 rounds? It did not look like this to me.
Well, what I'm amazed is about the way they are able to get those initial comeback, and जिस तरीके से comeback हमें देखने को मिला है, that leaves just a shock for the side of Axe Esports, who can really say कि एक 6-1 scoreline से एक 7-12 तक pull off किया, जहाँ पे एक single round ही जीत पाई हमारी Axe Esports, and बाकी के 11 round was all pulled off from the favor for team D2D. Flex doing some flexing here. He's just spamming those phantom bullets through those cosmic like this smoke being made. But there comes another Hunter's Fury into the favor from Team Axe Esports. Can Beast be lucky enough to get those initial kill? The run it back ultimate dust comes online, and this is gonna be Flex who is gonna do all the damage which he could for the opponent team. कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ पे blind and all the other utilities से उनको थोड़ा deny जरूर किया जाएगा, but leaving a 3v5 disadvantage onto Team Axe Esports, I think this is gonna be next to impossible for them to come back.
That's right. Like Sonic has managed to deny
I
a
know
flawless, but we're
exactly
still in
where
a
you are.
2v3 situation, and the plant has not gone down yet. So it does not seem like they're gonna be having an easy time here. But let's see if X is able to get this round in their favor. Because if they don't, this is gonna be the end of the first map, and that's gonna mean that we are
That's
gonna be moving
crazy.
in with one one on the side of D2D
Last
for the
player
second map.
standing.
Well,
Spike
here
down.
comes the last player being Sanded, who is going to be a 1v1 scenario. That's going to be
Defenders
Sporky
win.
coming up with an insane kill, and that leaves no advantage but the first map for the favor for team, D2D esports. That was a tremendous match which we got to witness, and with that, let's hope that Axe Esports are making a stronger comeback to this map number two, which is going to happen at this map of point. But here's what Stars got to show us: it's going to be not Flicker being the MVP of the map, but still not able to making his team pull off to that even a score close line. It's a lead of 6 rounds, 13-7 king massive score line. Say team defenders are gonna be the one who are gonna be winning. Team D2D was just insane, and this comeback is all we love to see.
That's right, and I mean, we are seeing that both the teams were pretty close by to each other. Like there's literally 1 point car difference between Kazuya and Bye Bye God. Only 30 points difference between Flicker and Flex. The combat points of the teams have been really close to each other, so that does come out to say that we are in a very leveled ground. So there's no prediction that can go ahead and be like, all right, this team is gonna win. However, for now, the first map is into the arms of Team D2D, and we are gonna be moving forward to find out if we are gonna see a 2-0 or a 1-1, because honestly I want to see a 1-1 because the third map is Icebox, and Icebox is fun to watch, not only because it's a new fresh map, but also because nobody damn plays it. I want to see it.
And not only that, but here's when I want to, say this, that if Team D2D want to see themselves into the grand finals, they have to win map number bind. If they do not win this map number 2, it's gonna be Icebox, which will definitely be, set back from the side of Axe Esports. Because I've seen Axe Esports just dominating in this map of Icebox. It seems as if it's just their home ground, and the experience with they have got is just amazing. The confidence which was being, broken down from the side of Team D2D Esports, जरूर एक्स esports को थोड़ा यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम हुआ था. They only managed to go to single round in all of those, second half, and every single time, we saw a winning streak of 8 round being back to back one from the side of Team D2D. But for now, let's see कि यहाँ पे what Bind has got to show us, because it's gonna be the defenders who are gonna be the side of Team D2D Esports, and attacking करने वाले हमारी Axe Esports. So a map with no mid control, no mid side is really something where, it's just two side which you can get executed with, and only two places with. So having these narrow guns like, judges and sheriff would really give a good advantage for the side of defenders. And definitely we could expect the defending team in the first half, which is going to be Team D2D, would be, leading in the first half.
That's right. And I mean, on this map, I do see a lot of utility coming in from the teleporters, because the rotation becomes really super easy and annoying at the same time for both teams equally. So I want to see which one is able to capitalize on that, annoying rotates coming in constantly from the teleport. I would love to see a lot of kills happening inside the teleport ground, in that chamber. That's my favorite place. There was this one time, I don't remember which team it was, but there was this one time there was one person standing literally inside that chamber, and he got like killed soon as he teleported, and that was so fun to watch. So fun.
That is, and that's something which we only get to see at this, insane deserted map of Bind. But with that, a small message to all the viewers. Thank you all for tuning in. You are looking at the semi-finale one, जिसका map number 1 over हो चुका है, and obviously Team D2D is already up with the lead right now. 1-0 के lead के बाद they're just single round away to get that second round, and obviously be the first team to be qualified into the grand finals, having a minimum, prize pool which they could win of, 3K. So this is something which is really going to be insane, because ये जो ticket to grand final इनको मिलने वाले, this really leaves them on a very, what could go worse for them in grand final is just being that runner-up spot in this Game Jam Season 3 presented by PixelScope Entertainment. And do not forget to hit that like and sub button, because it would really encourage us to be consistent and, making sure that we are organizing these tournament for you guys.
That's right. Also tune into our socials, come to our Discord server, stay updated, because there's a lot happening here. It's not just Valorant, there are Siege tournaments as well. There are, I think we have COD as well in tournaments, or PUBG. One of the two is definitely there. I'm not sure about both, but yeah, we have a lot of tournaments. You can come find your game. If yours is not there already, you like the people here are social. You can actually go up to them and be like, all right, I'm interested in this game. If you like feel like you can arrange something for that game, and there may be a tournament coming in for your game as well.
Surely, and with that, let's take a very short break. We will give, be giving these guys a break, because the most entertaining match which we are gonna get to witness is gonna be from this stage. Top 4 teams are already up from the Game Jam Season 3, and we will be seeing them compete against each other to get into the grand finals and be title as the champion. So with that, let's take a very short break, and you guys can grab all your snacks and take a break as well. With that, we'll be right back and see you guys at the map number 2 at this map of Bind.
Welcome back. And as we said, it was a very short break. We're back because the teams are ready and we do not want them to wait. Neither do we want you to wait. Neither do we want to wait. So let's just dive into the game. I have my co-caster here with me, AapKon, and he's gonna take us into Bind.
Well, bind the deserted map in this, a game of Valorant. It's going to be Axe Esports having giving a lead to the opponent team, which is D2D Esports, a 1-0 ka, lead. Abhi, as I said, that it's going to be a must win for the side of team D2D Esports, because अगर उन्होंने ये chance दे दिया Axe Esports को, तो जो हमारा map number 3 होने वाला, which is going to be the map of Icebox, I don't think कि यहाँ पे थोड़ी भी उम्मीदें बन सकती हैं उनके लिए, because Axe Esports, once it come to the comeback, it's just them, and that's what they are known for as well. But for now, here let's get hop into the agent selection. We are looking at the Viper being locked on already. Now that is amazing, and not only Viper but Brimstone as well. What do you think? What do you have to say about this double controller being picked from the side of Axe Esports, when they know it's going to be a must-win map for them, or else it's just a do or die for them?
That's right. I mean, I do want them to go with a double duelist. However, I have seen them do pretty good with Viper and Brimstone before, so I wouldn't argue on that much because Bind is a map which you can experiment with a lot. I don't think there's any operator, or sorry, any agent which is not at the best when it comes to Bind. I have seen all the agents actually execute pretty well when it comes to Bind. However, I haven't ever seen anyone play Breach in Bind.
Well,
That's
yeah.
just something, yeah.
That is something, that is some agents out of meta right now, but still, not only about all the agents, but the biggest agent who is going to be raised, having those paint shells, having those boom bot, who is just insane, not only as a duelist but as an initiator as well. And for now, as a SOA, it's going to be the initiator being locked in from both the side. Omen is going to be the controller from the side of team defenders, and it's going to be Viper and Brimstone from the side of team Axe Esports. So all the controllers being available are being seen in play, but it's not going to be the biggest agent in meta. It's going to be Astra. So double duelist का pick रहा है from the side of team D2D. It's going to be Jet along with Raze, and यहाँ पे as a sentinel we are seeing Jojo up with the Sage. So यहाँ पे कहीं ना कहीं हम we can anticipate this, that the agent pick are being done with the sides, the respective sides with these guys are playing with. Obviously attackers के पास, just look at these agents when it comes to those post plan scenario. Imagine having a spike being planted and Soa being playing with his post plant scenario, those lineups of shock dart. Then that's going to be the Molly lineup from Kazuha, not to forget his ultimate as well, the Soas and Brimstone ultimate. And if that's not enough, it's going to be raised with some paint shell, and definitely Viper with the snake bite. So having an attacker, I think this is going to be some of those perfectly picked agents which Team Axe Esports could ever ask for.
That's right. However, I am missing seeing Reyna though. I've seen Reyna a lot being played on this map, and none of our teams have picked Reyna. Reyna is one of the very OG characters, I guess, because you can always pick up some health whenever you take a kill and kind of revive yourself and go in the Empress mode and just wreak havoc in 1v2, 1v3 situations. So not seeing her makes me a little upset, but I'm very excited to see what these people have with all of these agents in line, because this is quite some unexpected lineup.
Well, it's really gonna be unexpected, but here comes a double shock dart being denying that corner area of the A long. The dark smoke dust comes in, but this is gonna be not Flicker, who we usually see as a Jet being playing with like Boombot right now. The Boombot agent message gonna be raised. The Boombot does manages to give some damage towards the opponent team. But definitely, having an healing agent is really going to be quite an advantage for you. The shock dart does comes in and leaves Beast quite on a low HP right now, like half HP इनकी already हो चुकी है. But Sova gets teleported towards the shower area. The spike is done down. The first blood comes in from the side of Sonic, taking down Spocky. And can we expect a post-plant scenario?
30
Yes, even
seconds
after all
left.
the damage where Team Defenders gave towards the side of Team Axe Esports, they are willing to play on a post-plant scenario. पहले blood निकाल चुके, but it's going to be Kazuya up with that trade and 2v4 scenario. Mein, this is really going to be some difficult spot for them. Kawhi
Spike
being that
down
smoke
A.
criminal goes, like aggressive towards the smoke, but यहाँ
Moving
पे
ahead.
smoke के साथ ही उन्होंने back to back 2 kill निकाल
10
चुका है. Look at
seconds
the
left.
health and time. They
1
do not
enemy
have enough time to
remaining.
work with, and that's gonna be a 2v4 clutch from the side of Team D2D up the very first round of this map.
What did I just see? What did I just see? So much utilization of a single smoke. Oh my goodness. Am I alive right now or am I dreaming? Can someone pinch me?
Well,
ये
that
ये क्या था?
is just insane, and not only that, but Team Axe Esports were really relying on those smokes. They did not forget that those smokes can be pulled off as well, that can be pushed off. No cover being given to the spike plant, and not only that, but even if they had a sage or something, that could have been to their advantage. But for now, the first round being won from the side of Team D2D, that was some insane round that they managed to pull it off. For now, the spike does comes in.
Spike
There comes
down
back to
A.
back key kill for the side of Flex, and that too with not an SMG but only a ghost. This is just insane. Connects to headshot, but it's gonna be him being taken down. 2v
Last
focus
player
scenario already
standing.
Ochuka, and here comes back to back 2 kills, and he is gonna be thrown off towards the teleportal, giving the second round into the favor for Team D2D.
They're making it look so easy. So easy. I mean, look at this. All the kills coming in back to back from their side. There's only been 4 total kills from X Esports, while D2D has already managed 10. That's more than double the kills. I mean, this is very impressive. And look at the scoreline. It's 4-3-2-1-0. Sporky, come on, buddy. This is your round. Let's see a 5-4-3-2-1-0 happening. An ace from Sporky. Root for it, guys. I want to see it in the chat. Sporky with an ace.
Well, let's hope that he does comes in, but for now it's gonna be a bonus round coming in from the side of Team D2D. The boombot does lands quite well when it comes to these B-link places being hold up from the side of attackers. But it seems as if A side pay is gonna be 4 players being sacked up from the side of Team D2D, leaving Kawhi alone in this B side. So usually the B side तो totally opened up for them to just play on a post plan scenario. But क्या Kawhi इधर कोई भी initial first blood निकाल पाएंगे? The pain shell does comes in, leaving Sonic with an amazing first blood onto his opponent team. But ये जो first buy round है, that's really gonna be important for Team
Spike
Axe Esports to
planted.
win.
That's right. They have already taken control of the site effortlessly, and that's really good. However, I want them to see. I mean, I want to see them holding on to this site very well after the plant. There comes a kill from Kazuya onto Jojo, and another onto. Oh my god, is Kazuya gonna take it? Okay, he cannot take an ace anymore, but he does get taken out after a long streak of 3 kills, and then not Flicker, and AE Beast managed to take other 2 people out, making it a 2-1 scenario. Finally, a round for X Esports. However, I mean, I gotta say this. This was completely Kazuya all by himself.
Well, he is up with the 4K, and the only agent, in this server right now who has his ultimate of what we can say the orbital strike being available. All you gotta do is just play on the post plant scenario, and then the Molly incendiary, lineups along with the orbital strike. Kazuya seems to be a bit of an AFK right now, but obviously they will be giving, enough time to work with. It's the anniversary for Valorant, 1 year is already over, and not only 1 year, but 1 year and 1 month as well in the next 2 dates. But we can really see those balloons along with the pastries being available at all of these maps, which is just some of those secret Easter eggs you see in some of these maps.
That's right. That's very interesting, and I'm glad you noticed it because I wouldn't have. I have the eyes of I don't know what, maybe buttons. I'm wearing shirt buttons for eyes. I cannot see stuff. I'm just dumb like that. Anyways, I am finding this match to be more competitive than the first one. However, it's too quick to say that, but I'm really finding this one to be more competitive and a new lineup coming in. Much more interesting things to see than we had the last game, and like the last game itself had a lot of interesting stuff. This having more than that just makes my expectations so high for Icebox.
Well, that really, leaves us a very good this, but not to forget that this is something which we did. So I had this map of Haven as well. First initial two rounds won by Axe Esports. Then there was just a bonus round which was won from the side of Team D2D. 6-1 ke scoreline ke baad they did manage to pull it off. But that bonus round really shows us that can Axe Esports defend this round as well? Because this is going to be the first buy round coming in from the side of Team D2D, and ye round jeetna, it's all going to give us the information that what are we expecting? Are we expecting a 1-all or else a 2-0 scoreline going totally into the favor for Team D2D and making themselves the first team to enter the grand finals?
That's right. We are waiting to see what happens next while still anticipating the future. Let's enjoy the present where the flood has been taken by God onto Beast, and then Kazuya takes by God out because he wants to take the revenge for Beast. However, we are in a 4v3 situation, leaving a man count disadvantage on the side of Axe Esports. Let's see if Kazuya can actually, manage that sneak peek that he's trying to go for.
Well, he does have a numbers advantage for now, but there comes the incendiary lineup, and so does the orbital strike as well. Here it's gonna be the orbital being strike towards this catwalk area, but look at Raze right now. Flex is just gonna have that trigger control, and it's gonna be him taking back-to-back 3 kills. Such a bad execution, I'd rather say, from Axie Sports. They made sure that behind that triple box area has been covered, the heaven has been covered, and so is Lamb. But that crucial right box area of that shower was something which none of the agent made sure that they are checking it, and left Flex alone to just 1v3 Axe Esports as a whole, bringing that crucial round, the first buy round, from them into the favor. And that's what I told, that agar ye bonus round ke baad wala jo buy round aayega from the side of Team D2D, if they will win it again, so that really shows us that maybe Team D2D is good to go, to secure this map of bind as well into their favor.
That's right, and if that happens, we might not see Icebox at all. I don't want that to happen, but still, I wouldn't want to let anybody's efforts go unattended. And I'm really seeing a lot of effort coming in from the side of Flex. I now you know why I'm a fan, right? Now you can see it. There comes another kill
Well,
from Flex onto Sonic while Beast takes Flex out. We are in a 3v3 with both the Sovas alive and on board.
wow, who is next is just amazing. Having a surveillance of 3 players towards that, showers area, he does manages to like grab that spike and go all the way towards the side B. Now these guys know that all of the side from team defenders are up towards this A short side. एक kill निकाल चुके हैं, क्या Beast इधर back to back 2 kill निकाल चुके हैं. ये चीज हमें देखना होगा, because Beast is already having that phantom being down to Ares. It's really going to be difficult for Webby God, but there comes a headshot being connected from the side of team D2D, and this is going to leave them in a 2v2 scenario. Raze is aggressive all the way towards the CT side onto A side again to deny any sort of flank coming in from them, but little does he know that both the players are just coming in from the side of maybe short of or maybe hookah area. तो यहाँ पे अगर Cypher को down किया जाएगा तो I don't think that Raze would have enough time to make sure that he is coming in towards the side. एक player जहाँ पे trap हो चुके हैं, the single shot gets connected, but it really leaves a very bad disadvantage. Raze is gonna get spotted here. The paint shell does as well, but does that paint shell bought them enough time to make sure that यहाँ पे defusal है? Yes, they do have enough time to defuse the bomb, but you did look that a single decision, a single outplay from any sort of agent, and this could really change the whole round for any team's favor.
That's right. And did you look at that very clever play coming in from Jojo? He literally triggered the tripwire so that Cypher would peek, and the moment he did, Who's Next was taken off with that shot. Oh, mama. That had been so strong.
Well, definitely. And talking about the frags right now, Flex is already up with 9 kills, leaving a 3.0 ka KD towards him. And agar rounds ki baat kare, so he is having an average of 2.3, kills, which he do on an average in every round. So this is some start. Not Flicker comes up with an amazing kill onto Webby God, getting that first blood. But look at these pairs of ultimate being online from the side of Team D2D. The resurrection is up with that Hunter Suri along with the flying Raze herself, who is gonna be the showstopper. But from the side of team attackers, it's gonna be the Cypher's ultimate with the Vipers, Vipers pit. So that is gonna be amazing to see, and I'm really expecting that maybe Team Axe Esports could definitely capitalize on this numbers advantage which they took on the very start of this round.
That's right. We are already seeing a disadvantage of man count on the side of D2D, but I am hoping to see them capitalize onto that, because if X Esports does not win this round, they're gonna be in a deep, trail, because the lead is gonna be 4 rounds. First blood coming in from, actually it's not the first blood, but yes, Jojo does take Not Flicker out, and Not Flicker has been one of the people getting most frags for this team. So seeing him being taken out does not make it a very level ground.
Well, but for now, it's gonna be, Viper's Pit being up already. There comes Hunter's Fury as well, but look at Kazuha just anticipating Jojo being stacked up towards the side. Flex is gonna deny the post-plant scenario being made from the side of Beast, but it's gonna be a 2v3 scenario. Having just 10 seconds left, it's really gonna be difficult, but Flax is already up, just having one single HP, in that DK being damaged from that Viper's Pit, but he is gonna clutch it out for his team, leaving a 12 kills already. Like, हमने सिर्फ last round में ही बोला था कि 3 की KD and it's already up with 4 KD right now. This guy is just jumping up when it comes to these fragging lists, and that's really gonna show that how punishable it is resulting for the side of Team Axe Esports. 5-1 के score line के बाद 6 rounds के बाद, this is something which is just amazing to look at, that the way these guys are just dominating the opponent team. Just 7 rounds and they are totally having a match point and seeing themselves into the grand finals.
That's right. And I mean, I don't know if you were here when that happened, but the reason I became such a fan of Flax is because the last match I saw of him, he had a KD of 6. 4 is nothing for him. He had a KD of 6, which like उतने तो लोग भी नहीं होते opponent team में. There's 5 players on the opposite team and he had a KD of 6. So yeah, I mean, he does play really, really good. I'm glad to see him coming back into his form. We are in a 3v2 scenario with Raze having the spike. Let's see if she's gonna come in with a plan towards A. However, it's gonna be really, 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 really punishable coming into A, and that's what we are seeing coming in.
Will not flicker taking down the clone raise the cells. It's gonna be an insane headshot being connected, but being in a 1v2 scenario could be doable because she had a stopper. But with Kawaii on a lurk was just amazing. What we are witnessing is the a total, like what we say, lone rounds being won. Like totally, this is what happened at the map of Haven as well. What we say a deja was something which we are seeing, but this is not gonna be opposite. कहीं ना कहीं Haven पे the 2 initial rounds being won after the pistol round from Axe Esports, and सिर्फ वो जो bonus round उन्होंने अपने opponent को दिया था, after that we saw a 6-1 scoreline. But so is happening in this map of Bind as well, but this time it's not going to be Axe Esports but D2D. So what happened after that is, we also know Team D2D just had a winning streak of 8 rounds. Can we see that happening from the side of Axe Esports again?
Let's hope for that to happen, because if it does, we might see an equalizer coming in for the first half. If that happens, I would be glad.
Wow.
But here, they have already lost all their players, and the defenders have won the round already, making our predictions going wrong. And we are on a 7-1 scoreline, which we did not see happening in the map of Haven at all. It went from 6-1 to 6-8, I guess, 6-9.
Well, I think today is going to be the day of those 1D being hit from the Sheriff. Beast, if you just missed it, got an insane 3 kill, and just by a single investment of 800, I think that's some worthy weapon you should be having, because the way he's so precise with his aim, connects those 2 headshots, takes the third guy down with a wall bang, was just interesting, and that was some damage they got to the economy towards the side of team defenders. 7-1 के scoreline के बाद we are finally down to the final 4 rounds. What we predicted was playing on a post plan scenario with Vipers on a snake bite, Brimstone on his lineup, and orbital strike. But that is something which we are really missing from the side of attacking domination.
That's right, and even when they tried, they kind of failed on holding on to it, because our defenders have been showing up to be the better team right now. And there comes a really good kill coming in from Not Flicker, and we are seeing the attackers finally trying to take a round into their favor. Kawaii NDC, however, manages to take a kill and then gets traded by Not Flicker, and we are in a 1v3 situation. A resurrection coming in from Sage. Flex is back in the game.
Well, that's really gonna be something to look at. Just one single ulti orb over to get that showstopper, and that's gonna be unbreakable. Here comes but there comes a pain shell as well, leaving him to just 30 HP. Now the operator is just up, but he just fakes up that operator. He just fakes up that showstopper noise. But it seems as if not Flicker is just gonna make him a better race and will take that 4 kill into his favor, leaving the second round into the favor for them. Now, what could go worse for the start of Team Defenders is just having a lead from 4 to just 2 rounds, because कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ पे टीम अटैकर्स जो है उनको मेक श्योर करना होगा that they are grabbing some rounds into the favor. We definitely know it's a defined started map, back to back 7 rounds तो निकाल चुके हमारी टीम डिफेंडर्स, but being an attackers you would get an advantage as well once it comes to the second half. Now going into the second half इतना minimize ना हो जाए उनका lead कि team D2D is just got to win the pistol round and already match point के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा close हो जाएंगे वो.
That's right. We do not want to. I mean, we would want to see any of the two happen because that's gonna make it interesting. However, we are seeing Viper putting up a wall on the way, kind of like splitting A into two halves. I'm not pretty sure of what we're trying to do here, but let's look at what the plan looks like. We are seeing all the attackers trying to go in for a plant on the half of A that's covered on their side, while the defenders are stuck on the other side of the wall.
Well, the shot that does comes in, and so does the orbital strike as well. But that's really leave no advantage. But it's got to be back-to-back kill coming in. Flex just takes the first guy down, but is he up for that 1v1 clutch? For revenge kill, कहीं ना कहीं वो जरूर चाहेंगे कि अपने फेवर में लाए. But this is going to be the third time जहाँ पे Not Flick is going to take down Flex, and there comes an amazing third round into the favor for team attackers. That was so important. That went so close. Back-to-back trade came in from the side of A, but it's gonna be a 7-3 scoreline, leaving just 2 rounds for the first half to end. What's gonna be your predictions now? Are we looking at an 8-4 scoreline on a 7-5? Do let me know.
I am thinking of an 8-4 because I'm not seeing X going down without a fight. However, I do gotta say, all the 3 times I feel so sorry for Flex. Every time he would look at a place and that's exactly where Not Flicker would be. But then the moment he turns around, he gets taken off, and that's so sad. It's like you keep holding an angle for so long and then you just get taken out because of one moment of carelessness.
I know exactly.
Well, there comes a good use of ultimate, which is going to be Cypher, but it's going to be a 3v4 scoreline. Kawhi comes in with an amazing kill, but this is really going to be an eco round coming in from the side of defenders. So Team Axe Esports would definitely not want to lose this. कहीं ना कहीं एक बहुत ही अच्छा 3 kill उन्होंने जरूर निकाला, but it's going to be Flex who is going to just take himself down with a pain shell. Now that's really going to be the fourth round up for the side of team like defenders, but still they have a lead of 3 rounds. They would definitely want to end up in 8-4 scoreline.
That's right, because if they don't, this is not gonna be a lead anymore. It's gonna be 2 rounds. That's not a lead. That's just an advantage.
And not to forget that an 8-4 scoreline could really mean that even if team, Axe Esports won the initial pistol round, they would still have a lead. But 7-5 scoreline ke baad, if they win a pistol round, so that won't be a lead. That will just be an equalizer of 7-all.
That is right, and I mean the second half, as you said, is gonna be a little more difficult for the side of D2D because that's gonna be defense for X, and you have said this map is defense favored, and we have seen X being better when they're defending. So we might want to not let that happen if we want to see D2D win, and if that's not the case, then definitely go for it.
Well, for now the judge criminal does came in, but it's gonna be Sonic down, taking the Sentinel down, and it's gonna be Beast with an amazing, Hunter's Fury as well. Back to back 2 kill के पास एक बहुत ही अच्छा advantage आ चुका है Axe Esports को, but there comes Viper's Pit, and we could expect to see a post-plan scenario. Again a miss, and again that blunder being made from the side of Axe Esports, leaving 2 kills and an equalizer for the side of D2D as well. Now what's really not in the favor is that they do not have the numbers advantage. Kawhi is up for that 1v3 clutch. The snake bite is already online, but none of the ultimate from the side of Sova or Ace. 1v2 के scenario में can Kawhi clutch it off? No, it's gonna be Not Flicker, who is just so insane today that he seems to be that game changer duelist for the side of Team Axe Esports. And yes, we are seeing a 7-5 scoreline. And ये जो comeback है जरूर एक round late तो जरूर आया, but ये Axe Esports को रोक पाना, I think it's really gonna be some task which Team D2D need to figure out at a very early stage, or else something could happen what we saw at the map of Haven.
That's right. And if that happens, we get to go into the third map, which is Icebox, and I'm really excited for that. So I actually
That
want
goes there.
X to, win this one. That's really
Well,
selfish of me, but it's just for me. I'm trying to make it more entertaining for you viewers. Hit a like for that. Hit a like for our players. Hit a like for Not Flicker. Hit a like for Flex. Hit a like for Ham. He's doing some really good job here,
Revealing
showing
well,
us
area.
all the right
definitely.
scenes. Yeah.
But starting up with this first round of the second up, there comes why the tripwire
No mercy,
कहीं ना
guys.
कहीं यहाँ पे थोड़ी मुश्किल हो चुकी थी. Who is next के लिए that right click spam from Kawhi was just insane. But there comes back to back 2 kill. It's gonna be North Flicker taking down the first guy. 1v1 के fight में North Flicker जरूर चाहेंगे कि एक और kill निकाले, but he's having that boom board and grenade available now. If not now, so when is he gonna use? Yes, he does uses it. It leaves Sova quite to some damage, but it's gonna be Jojo up with that kill. 3v2 का scenario बन चुका, and it seems as if Team Axe Esports are having some loss of disadvantage when it comes to the
One
numbers
enemy
advantage.
remaining.
Double P coming in from Kazuha as well as these, but here comes the satchel damage, and it's going to be Flex coming up with insane 2 kill, teabagging to his opponent, and there's when the real fun, this is when the real game begins. 8-5 के scoreline के बाद I think कि यहाँ पे it's gonna be some entertaining match जो अब से एक momentum में देखने को मिलेगा from both these teams.
That's right. We did expect this to go the way the last match did, with more and more rounds coming in for the side of X Esports continuously after that long streak of wins from the side of D2D. But D2D is coming in strong. They have already secured the first round of the second half. And as we have always said, if you get the first round, you're probably going to get the second round as well. So let's see if D2D does, stand right on the prediction.
Well, that could have been the case, but what I'm seeing now is that Axe Esports is already up with nothing but a force buy coming in. These guys having a force buy could really mean a lot, but there comes the first kill from Flex. Calvo up a trade link, but it's gonna be Jojo up with that judge kill. 3v4 का scenario already हो चुका है, and the B side is literally just open for them to play on a post plan scenario. Do not forget कि ये जो investment है Axe Esports से, if they do not manage to win it, it's really gonna be a 10-5 score, and reason being said that they won't have enough threats to work with. Look at the time that this
Enemy
comes in,
remaining.
back-to-back kill, 2 kill coming in from Webby as well, and the force buy round coming in from the side of Team Axe Esports just got denied, leaving a 10-5 scoreline because they now definitely have to go on an eco. And even if they go on a force buy like they did before this round, we saw that playing against SMGs versus SMGs isn't a problem, but having by just a short armor, it's really going to be quite damaging because against those judge, I think that only a heavy armor could make you stay alive.
That's right. Look at Flex. He's already beyond 20 kills. He's on 21, which is literally 9 kills ahead of the second top fragger. That's strong. Very strong.
Scanning ahead.
Well, Flex coming up with an insane first blood, and look at this domination. Like, are we even is this game change, or is
One
it just
enemy
me
remaining.
that out of those all rifles and SMGs we are even seeing Judge in the meta, and it's just gonna be 3 Judge kill coming in into the favor. We did predicted a 10-5 score line, but I really think that those like Axe Esports are just not playing with their mind. They're just playing on anger, and like जोश में वो होश खो बैठे, and उस चीज का
My
पूरा
guys.
एडवांटेज ले लिया हमारी
No
टीम D2D.
charges left.
They went on a force by after seeing that tea bagging coming up from Flakes. They lost that force by leaving a double digit scorecard, which we are seeing here for D2D. Now what they have is just 2 rounds to go with, and they are into the grand finals. And Axe Esports could never even see the grand finals after this lost this map, because this is not a double elimination but a single elimination, where the losing team will be thrown off towards the lower finals. Flex again comes up in, and look at this domination. Is this even like a game of Valorant where team attackers have to slowly, steadily shift walk towards the side, or it's gonna be Flex and Jet just dashing in and going in with those satchels?
That's right. I mean, I feel like it's coming really strong from the side of our attacking team, which is Team D2D. They are going on continuous kills coming in from the side of Flex, and he's already on spot for 2 more, but then gets taken out by Beast. Notflicker takes Bebe God out, and Sporky is left alone to see this one through. I hope he does it. He already has taken 2 kills out, and it's just him versus Brimstone, but his HP is really, really low. He just
Whoa.
clutched it! He just clutched
My
it that
God.
beautifully! Oh my god, yes!
you know Axe Esports are done for today. I really think that Axe Esports lost their confidence initially at the map of Haven. This was the time when they had to shine. This was the time when it was definitely gonna be a 10-6 goal, and they did took down Flex and all the other players as well. But the way we are seeing Team D2D or a momentum, it's not just the game, but it's the other thing outside the game as well, where they are just outplaying, into the minds of Team Axe Esports, leaving a 6 round lead and just one single round away when they are going to be winning it. Not to forget that they have a loss of creds. First blood does comes in from Jojo, but it's gonna be a 4v3 scenario. It's gonna be Flex who will definitely be taken down, but with this Odin spammer, I think it's really gonna be difficult. And I think we are into the match point already. What do you think?
I think so too, because like it's just a it's literally a 3v1 and not anything anymore. While the plan was going in, we already saw all the defenders getting taken off the chart, making it another round for the attacking team, that is D2D. And is this round gonna be the end of the match for today? Is it?
Well, what we saw is कि जब से second half हुआ है, not a single round was being won from the side of Team Axe Esports. Flex is totally into the mind, totally into the nerves of Axe Esports, and that's when he wins. So that is something which you have to do once you are into the semi-finals, and that's like being presented so properly, so perfectly from the side of Team D2D as well. कहीं ना कहीं सिर्फ एक round दूर है, and पहले 13-7 जीता, शायद अभी 13-5.
That's right. I mean, this could really be the
Wow.
situation. Flex has already taken Sonic out of the map, and we are seeing Sporky taking another kill with Ybygon being traded by Notlicker, while Sporky takes Notlicker out as well, making it a 4v2 situation. Abe is going for a 2k, making it a 2v2, but a resurrection comes in from Jojo, making the counts unbalanced again. And then Ybygon gets taken out by Kazuya, going in with that spam coming in from that gun onto Kazuya, but manages to lose the fight. We're still in a 1v1. Let's see if Kawaii is gonna make this win for D2D a spice, or are we gonna see one more round coming in after this?
Well, कहीं ना कहीं कवाई यहाँ पे is really anticipating that Lamb से एक aggression आ सकता है. He is still holding himself off. 17 seconds are left, and that's going to be the time of which we need to make sure that is it going to be a grand finals going into the favor for team attackers, or it's going to be Kawhi who will take him down. Yes, it's going to be team D2D going inside the grand final, and what a match which we got to experience in this very semi-finale number one. Such an amazing use of these mind games from the side of team D2D, and as I said, that it's not only about the game, not only about the gun power, but the minds as well, which they are getting into the Axe Esports. Flex is up with 24 kills, having an average combat score of 344 into a semi-finals is just, it's showing that he is the MVP of today's day, and that's gonna be an amazing match which we got to witness, winning from 2-0 into like against Axe Esports. Like I did told in the start that if Team D2D want to go into the grand finals, they have to make sure that they are winning bind, or else it's going to be Axe Esports who will definitely get the map of Icebox. An amazing gameplay, and I thought that I'm just amazed here from all the players from the side of Team D2D, and I really think that they have a huge chance to win the championship title as well of a Game Jam 3 presented by the PixelScope Entertainment.
That's right. You will be seeing D2D again on the day after tomorrow. But who they are gonna fight against, to check that out, you must watch the match that's coming tomorrow. It's gonna be between True Rippers and Fufu Esports. Yes, so
Yeah.
Fufu and True Rippers will be fighting it off. And yes, Fufu, definitely. That was the team I was referring to back in the discussion. If you did not fight it, you can go back, watch the whole match again. It was worth watching again, and find the point where I was discussing about a team that I could not remember the name for. Yes, and yeah, oh my goodness, today's match and Flex, oh my, I'm a fan.
That
I'm a
is something
fan.
amazing. That is something where we are really excited to see that what more do these guys are gonna show us. I'm really excited for tomorrow. It's gonna be Fufu Esports competing against like the other team, which is gonna be True Reapers. We have seen them dominate from from both the team. So only one single team getting into grand finals. It's like the semi-finale too is a grand finale itself. True Reaper and Fufu Esports, some of those top-notch team which we got to see when it comes to these underdog unlock tournaments. But with that, I think that today's stream is just gonna be it. Congratulations once again from Team D2D. What they have defeated is Axe Esports, one of the team with experience, but really time changes, and so does all the results. Team D2D are going to be going into the grand finals, and Axe Esports, let's just hope that they make a stronger comeback.
That's right. They still have a match to go. They will be fighting for the third position tomorrow. So wait, not tomorrow. The day after tomorrow. Yes. Sorry. My
Yeah,
bad. My bad. And who they're gonna fight against, we'll again find out in tomorrow's match between Fufu and True Rippers. So do tune back in tomorrow and keep our channel subscribed and notifications on so that you can always get notified whenever we're online with any of the any of the fun things that PixelScope goes on with.
yeah,
And yeah, just stay tuned, stay safe, stay hydrated, very important.
definitely.
And yeah, get vaccinated, I guess.
Yeah, definitely you should get. And with that, let's end the stream for today.
Yep,
We'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time. So do not forget to tune in, because it's gonna be Foo for Esports against Team True Reapers, and the winning team will be playing against Team D2D, which is just an amazing like weekend which we could really witness seeing those matches.
that's right. And with that, here's our last goodbye.
Bye bye.